protecting domestic violence victims, a state lawmaker is now calling for change. And that move comes after a South Shore mom was charged with 8 felony counts for recording the man accused of abusing her. That man is her husband. 5 Investigates' Karen Anderson first brought you the story last night at 6, and Karen is here now with the new developments. Karen.
Maria, Shawna Fopiano's husband, Alex, faced a judge today on domestic violence charges. And now her state senator is hoping there's a legislative fix to prevent this from happening to others. Alex Fopiano in court today as his lawyers try to get criminal charges against him dismissed. He's accused of attempting to suffocate his wife, Shawna Fopiano, with a pillow. His attorneys argue she only pursued the charges out of retaliation.
This is Ms. Fopiano saying in the throes of the Me Too movement that she went into the Marlboro Police Department, told them that her husband had, tried to suffocate her with a pillow, and they didn't do anything, and they didn't do a report. They tried to talk her out of it. That's beyond belief.
The prosecutor disputes that, saying Shawna Fopiano pursued the charges on her own because authorities weren't more responsive.
She found a situation where the system was not doing what she expected it to do, that she had to take matters into her own hands, and that's when she filed her own complaint.
But it's charges against Shawna that's driving a lawmaker on Beacon Hill to take action. She was criminally charged with 8 counts of illegal wiretapping for making secret recordings of her husband, her alleged abuser.
I was shocked that this is something that could still actually happen to somebody in Massachusetts.
The state's wiretapping law makes it a criminal offense to record someone without their permission. State Senator Patrick O'Connor says it should be updated to include an exemption to give victims of domestic violence the chance to record their abusers.
As they're trying to get out of an abusive relationship, as they're trying to move from a victim to a survivor, to have this be then put up as a barrier to come forward or a barrier for them to fully heal from the pain that they're feeling is something that the state should definitely change.
He's hoping to file an amendment to a bill before the end of the session, just weeks away.
At least let's start the conversation. Let's have a commission look at this. Let's do something to make sure that what happened to Shawna doesn't happen again.
Now, the judge in Alex's case is taking his request to dismiss the abuse charges against him under advisement. And in a deal reached earlier this month, the wiretapping charges against Shawna will be dismissed in 6 months as long as she commits to no other crimes.